You want to move to UK, or you want to study in UK, or you want to work in UK. Do you want to move to UK? Right. This is a question I always get. I mean, people ask me, I want to move to UK. What's the best way? I want to find a job in UK. I want to study in UK, right? What's the best way? If you are thinking about moving to UK, short answer is no. Don't think about moving to UK, right? Why? The reason. If you want to know the reason, just stick around for a bit. So I'm basically from Hyderabad, originally from Hyderabad. I moved here around 9 years ago when the visa rules were a bit, friendlier. Let's put it that way. So I came over to pursue my master's and get some international work experience and probably earn a little bit money, all that usual reasons. So I came over and finished my master's, and I managed to find a job, and my employer is kind enough to sponsor my visa and all that, and I managed to get my permanent residence as well recently, which is also called ILR. So if you're thinking about UK, right, there are just think about the real reason why you want to move here. Here, I can only speak for myself. This is my opinion. Others might be different and they may have moved here for different reasons. But I can speak for myself, and then I know why my friends have moved to UK as well. So the reasons are very simple. You know, pursue the masters, get some job, get some experience, earn some money, and see where it goes. Some people like to move back, some people like to stay back. So there are, well, let's start with education, right? So if you just want to move to UK to pursue education and move back, well, that's fine. If you have like 10, $15,000 pounds sticking in your bank account, yeah, come over. With all with all due respect, come over. And UK education in UK or USA for that matter is really good. So, but if you are looking to come over here, thinking that you will settle here, or thinking that you will find a job here and you will make a life out of, UK here, um, my advice to you is think again. It's not easy, right? So the after the education, what happens? Let's say, for example, for the sake of this conversation, you're coming here to pursue your masters, right? So after your masters education, what happens is once you graduated, you will have to find a job in 4 months. Otherwise, you will have to move back. That's it, simple. The visa rules have changed. Just to give you an example, or tell you the situation before, it used to be a bit friendlier. So where you used to get, after you finish your master's uni, you will get 2 years of tier 1 post study work permit. So that, as the name itself refers, it's a post study work permit. So you get 2 years of work permit where you can work anywhere with no restrictions. And after that, you would go on apply for tier 1, or it used to be called HSMP as well, which is again with no restriction. You can work anywhere again, right? And then you would get your, after 5 years, you will get your ILR, which is also called PER, but it's not citizenship, right? So once you get your ILR, again, that's no restrictions. You can work anywhere, and you won't need any visa extensions anymore. That's like indefinite leave to remain. So I hope you got an idea there. So that used to be the situation before, but now all PSW, HSMP, Tier 1, General, and all they all scrapped. So they no longer exist. So once you finish your uni, you have to find a job, and you have to find a job with an employer who has a sponsorship license. These are called sponsorship license, tier 2 sponsorship licenses. So the company has to apply for this license, and in order to sponsor you, you means non EU students or non EU candidates, people out with European Union. So how do the company get licensed? Not every company does that. Actually, not every company is aware of that fact that they need to have this license to employ you, right? So it's a bit difficult to get get a job who sponsors you. There are companies who does that. Just to give you an idea, there are just under 30,000 employers on this list, employers who has this sponsorship license. So and out of those 30,000, most of them are restaurants, people who get chefs from, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, wherever. So you can imagine there are only few companies who does these sponsorships. Even the companies who have this tier 2 sponsorships, they not everybody wants to go through, because they have to go through few things to hire you, and it's not always easy. To be honest, UK government has made it difficult for non-EU people to stay here. All right. So once you get this tier 2, once you get the job with this sponsor, this employer who is sponsoring you, you are tied into that employer. Unless somebody else is willing to sponsor you, you can't really move your role, move your job. So the freedom is a bit very, very limited, right? And like I said again, finding a employer with a sponsorship is a bit harder, and then changing the job is even harder. So, and again, even though you find somebody else, you have to wait till they sponsor you. Your visa is in your hands, and then you have to hand in your notice, and then that's 4 weeks, and it's all going to take a long time for an employer to employ you. So that's why not many people go through that particular exercise, right? So basically, again, no. Um, so if your company is sending you from India to here, yeah, feel free. That's the best option. You don't have to worry about the visas and stuff. It's all be sorted, and you can come over, work for your company, and enjoy the life here. By the way, life here is the best. It's really good, and you can move back. And again, if you're thinking about, some people do think like, okay, I'll come over through our company and then I'll change the visa here. That doesn't happen anymore. It's all gone, right? So, and if somebody from UK or India is saying that, okay, we'll process your tier 2 visa, and you can go there and you do contracting jobs and stuff like that, and you will earn 300 pounds, 400 pounds per day, and you will be millionaire in no time. Don't. If somebody tells you that, run for the hills. It's not easy to find a contract job on tier 2 visa. There are people who does that, and there are people who manage to find jobs on tier 2 contracting, but they are all very, very limited. For every 1 or 2 person, I can tell another 20 people who are struggling with the same visa. So just be aware. Like I said, others may have different opinion, but just be aware of these things, right? So if and these people charge you 5-6 grand as well, so you don't really want to pay that. So that's all about tier 2 visa. And if you manage to find somebody who is willing to sponsor, yeah, get on with it and go for the job, and it's fine, And you may ask, what if somebody comes along, a company comes along and says, right, we don't have the license, but we will employ you, and we'll apply for the license, we'll sponsor you. Yeah, that's okay, not bad either. But you have to remember, companies have to go through a process called resident labor market test, which in layman terms, they have to show that no UK or European candidate can do this job. That's why they are hiring you out with European Union. So it's a bit difficult. Again, if you're in IT or any of these industries, it's even more difficult. So there is a thing called shortage occupation list. So what the government did is, there are few positions like nurses or teachers or project engineers and things like that. They're hard to find candidates in UK or EU, so they put it up on shortage occupation list. So advantage of shortage occupation list is, if your position is on shortage occupation list, you don't have to go through this resident labor market test, where you don't have to prove that no candidate is able to do this job. So a company with this sponsorship license can hire you straight away. So that's blessing in disguise, I think. So I think that's all about tier 2 visa. And there is another visa called tier 1 entrepreneur visa, and you will have to, I think you will have to show something around £50,000 or something like that in your bank to get this visa. I'm not sure how how feasible it is for you, but it wasn't for me. So and again, you have to create a, well, you have to show that you will be creating a business in UK, and you have to show that you are creating jobs. And when your visa is going to be extended in 3 years time, you have to show the jobs you created on the pay slips and all that, actual proofs and stuff. So that's another route to go through, but it's not easy. Again, you have to create a real business. And just to let you know, by no means this is a legal advice or anything. This is just the stuff I went through, and I'm just advising you so that you won't go through the same struggles. So yeah. And about work life, you once you get the job, it's really good. I mean, people here are very friendly, and they respect you. They like to have a laugh, and they're really good. So if you manage to find a job, yeah, it's a life. I mean, it's not as, I mean, I heard from my friends that jobs in India are a bit more, you feel the stress or pressure, but it's not like that here. It's good. And life here is really good. So if you're coming here for visiting, yeah, come over. It's a nice place. There are some great places to see in UK, especially in Scotland, man. Wow, it's awesome. you know but if you're thinking about coming here for education and settlement and all that, and find a job, you know I would like to say, think again. Yeah, just for education, go back, yeah, that's fine. But if you want to come here and find a job, no, just no. Hopefully that has been helpful. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.